Good evening, and welcome back to the dungeon. Tonight, we're playing another round of American Truck Simulator. Let's see, I want to deliver something high value and fragile. And I want it to be somewhat of a long run this time. How about this one? We're going to deliver cars from Las Vegas, Nevada to Show Low, Arizona.
Los.
All right. Oh, they're starting us in a pretty tough spot, aren't they? That's going to be a tight turn indeed.
Biege nach links ab.
Oh, trying to test me while I'm drinking.
Biege nach links ab.
Alright, last time we cheersed in Irish, this time Scottish, as in Gaelic. Slanjava, which means good health. And the Scottish enjoy their whiskey too. They have a saying, Ushkabir, which is water of life. So, as always, once we can get out onto the freeway, it's going to be smooth sailing. Yeah, I thought I'd do a longer haul this time, so we can go a bit more of a distance. We might even have to stop for gas or, take a break and sleep. But I guess we'll see what happens. But I will say that I definitely prefer driving at night. A lot less traffic. Everything just looks better at night. I'm also trying to save up to buy myself a truck, instead of using a different one for each job. Peterbilt was my favorite, as I mentioned before, and I wanted to get a Peterbilt. But this is another Kenworth, and since I've been driving them, I don't know.
Immer geradeaus.
But it's really starting to grow on me.
Links halten und dann links abbiegen. Biege nach links ab.
Let's see, do I have my headlights on? Oh. That's not good. I was more concerned with getting out of that cramped little parking lot without taking out a car than checking the safety of the headlights.
Rechts halten und dann rechts abbiegen.
A recruitment agency.
Biege nach rechts ab.
This truck turns like as if you're driving a yacht. Really wide, deep turns. So we're going to have to be extra cautious with this one, especially with the payload in the back. Kingman, Phoenix. So, when I was driving this Peterbilt, one thing that I noticed, it has a very small, tiny indicator that tells you if you have your cruise control on or not. These Kenworths, you can see the cruise control, like when you enable it. So I don't know, they're kind of growing on me. My second choice would probably be an international. I'd like to hear from you guys if you have any favorite trucks, or hey, maybe one of you guys watching has actually driven truck before, or currently driving truck. However, I do not see the... Yeah, there's the cruise control right there. Very tiny, it's on the dash. Phoenix, 263 miles. That's about right. So yeah, this is going to be a nice long haul. Hard to get the speed set right now. There we go. Looking without all the buildings and the lights, you can actually see the stars in the sky and the moon up there. Well, if I could keep the truck straight. There you go. It's definitely not easy to stay in the lane like that, though. So, speaking of night sky and lights and all that good stuff, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but apparently fireflies are going extinct. Yeah, you know, they shine the little light on their butt and it's supposed to attract a mate. But if a firefly can't get laid, it's not going to have babies. So then they just start declining in population. And apparently it's because of all of the electricity and the lights and the buildings, billboards, that they're not brighter than the lights that we have out at night. So they can't attract a mate, and in turn, they're starting to die off. So if the firefly does go extinct, I guess we could credit Thomas Edison for the extinction of fireflies, unfortunately. Wonder if Nikolai Tesla would have had the same issue. It's a different electrical current. And probably a different luminescence. It said commercial vehicles right lane only. And that bus, I'm pretty sure, is a commercial unit. You're on the wrong side of the road, buddy. Please pull in for a vehicle inspection. Okay. Oh, but that's not the office. Yeah, it is the office. Way station.
Route neu berechnen.
Hopefully they only weigh.
Achten Sie auf die Geschwindigkeitsbegrenzung.
Just don't check in the back. Thank you for your cooperation. Have a safe journey. No problem, officer. My journey will be safe.
Achtung, achten Sie auf die Geschwindigkeitsbegrenzung.
Whew. I am just glad that they didn't see the body in the back. We got one in a trunk of one of the cars. Actually, forget I said anything. Look, office and warehouse space. A very important sign. Distraction. Look at happy cattle. Distraction.
Achtung, achten Sie auf die Geschwindigkeitsbegrenzung.
You remember when I was talking about not a lot of traffic at night? But I will say that I definitely prefer driving at night. A lot less traffic. I guess I was wrong. I'm gonna cut this trucker off.
Links halten und dann bleiben Sie immer geradeaus.
Yeah, we're packed in like sardines here. Damn. Look at that, 40 East. Flagstaff, Phoenix, left lane.
Immer geradeaus.
So, I never did hear back from Aardvark Radio, and since I'm pretty sure there is copyrighted music on there, we're not going to be able to use it. I did try getting some royalty-free music and layering it on the bottom level of the video, but it just feels like there's too much going on. So, I think at this point we're just going to leave it out. Boy, we're getting hit with a lot of lights. Good thing this isn't a rush order. Divine Avenue. Yeah, so I was setting up the signal indicators, you know, for turning left and right. And
Immer geradeaus.
it's kind of funny. I should have probably put it on the left and right mouse button, because it would make sense to turn left and right. But I have two buttons stacked on top of each other right where your thumb goes. And for some reason I've just gotten so used to the bottom button being your right turn and the top button being your left turn. I don't know why I set it up like that originally, but now I can't do it any other way. The 93 South. Wickenburg, Phoenix, 1 mile. Oh, I'm going around this guy. You're driving a C-Class. There's no reason to be doing 50 in a 75. Should be moving a little quicker than that. I was going to tell you what the sign said, but it went by and it was kind of blurry. That says regional alert and elevation 4,000. Oh, and this looks like a gas tanker. And we are going to go around him as well. bunch of putt-putts out here tonight. Actually, what is that? 4:40 in the morning. Hey, a bunch of putt-putts in the morning. They need their coffee. Seligman 40 and historic Seligman Grand Canyon.
Immer geradeaus.
That was named after Dr. Martin E.P. Seligman. He's an American psychologist and the director of, if I remember correctly, it's Penn Positive Psychology Center. Ashfort and Flagstaff, 77 miles away. Wow, already? We're making really good time. Even after getting caught in traffic and stuck with all those stoplights or signals. Anyway, Dr. Seligman did a really awesome TED Talk, and he's a very notable person. Definitely worth checking out if you're into that kind of stuff. So what do you think, guys? We got half a tank of gas, and my sleep meter is only about 20%. We got about 3.5 hours to go, a little under 200 miles. You know, I wanted to have to stop just to kind of go through all the effects, but it's looking like we may not have to. Might just be a straight shot all the way through.
Immer geradeaus.
But either way, now would be a good time to place bets. And no skipping ahead on the video just to cheat. Let's see what happens. Let's experience this together. Yeah, so there's several different GPS voices that you can pick through, but I've just kind of been stuck with Helga. I just like her voice. There's a really cool one that's in French, and I think her name is Michelle, and then there's a Chinese one that I like as well, but I can't read Chinese, so I don't know what her name is. But one thing about me is I really like languages. I was learning some Spanish, German, and Japanese. I've never really tried Mandarin or Cantonese for the Chinese language. And I learned a little bit of Korean, but I've been picking up more Korean from a lot of their really awesome TV shows.
Achtung, achten Sie auf die Geschwindigkeitsbegrenzung.
Just like Netflix put out a couple of really great series. They had one that was Physical 100, where a bunch of like fitness and bodybuilders had to perform different feats, and they would work it all the way down until there was like one left. It was an awesome show. It did get 2 seasons. There's one that I'm hoping gets a 2nd season, and that was Siren Survive the Island. It was another Korean show, and they had a lot of the emergency response people. So there was like a team of firefighters, there was a team of police, and then they even brought in bodyguards on a team and stunt doubles. It was an all-women's team that had to compete on this island in like a survival format. They had to perform different challenges and had periodic like capture the flag battles. That picture was awesome, and I highly recommend it.
Immer geradeaus.
Oh, we get to go back to 75. Awesome. Seems that the closer we're getting to Arizona, the faster we can drive. That's because Arizona is so damn hot that if you're not moving really fast, your tires will melt and you'll just be stuck in the road. I I've even seen some pictures online where people were driving with oven mitts because the steering wheel gets so hot. Like almost boiling point. Wow, that went by really fast. We've got 93 miles to go and counting. Yeah, doesn't look like we're gonna have to make a stop. I think we're gonna make it all the way. Too bad, we'll have to do it in the next video. It's not like it's anything really wild that you're missing out. I mean, you pull up to the gas pump and then you press a button, little numbers kind of fill up, it tells you how much gas you got, and then you take off. And for the rest stop, you know, you just basically hold down the enter button, the whole screen goes black, and you wake up and it's a different time. It would be kind of neat if there was like an animation where somebody actually started putting gas in the vehicle, you know, with the pump, or maybe the character walks to the back of the truck and gets up into the little truck bed section and sleeps. But I can see why they didn't take the time to program all that. Too busy trying to make sure that these places are geographically correct. And in and of that self, that is a lot to deal with. It's almost like the Google van that mapped all around the world. You could see it just driving, and it was taking pictures in 360-degree view so that you could have your Google Maps all updated and everything be 100% accurate. I will say, though, about a few years ago, I was going to Six Flags, and I used the GPS that's on the iPhone. And it was me and my buddy.
Und dann Ausfahrt rechts nehmen.
Oh, we gotta get over. Anyway, me and my buddy, we're heading over to Six Flags.
Nimm die Ausfahrt rechts.
And it's telling you to go to the left. And he's going, no, dude, I've been here before, just go to the right.
Biege nach rechts ab.
And I said, well, I'm gonna listen to the GPS. Anyway, I turned to the left, I followed the GPS, and it turned out it was the employee parking lot. So, still needs some work. I guess I should have been using Google Maps or just listen to my buddy who had already been there recently. Oh, look at Hallbrook has been discovered. Let's get behind this guy.
Immer geradeaus.
What's he hauling? Tractor? Oh, no, that's a bulldozer. Oh, cool. Healthcare center, nursery, and pharmacy. And right next door is a fish shop.
Immer geradeaus.
That sounds like a racket to me. They probably don't handle the fish properly, or they let it sit out. That way when you eat it, you get sick. You have to go right next door to the pharmacy and get some medication. They probably make buku bucks that way.
Immer geradeaus.
Car zone. Oh, that is definitely AutoZone if I've ever seen it.
die Geschwindigkeitsbegrenzung.
Oh, danke, Helga. I was getting a little bit too anxious and going a little fast. But I could see the sign ahead said 65. It's funny though, you have to physically pass. You have to physically pass the speed sign before it'll actually change. You can't just look at it and be like, oh, we're good to go. So you kind of picture like a cartoon version of the police sitting behind the speed sign. It's like a full-size car just sitting behind a little tiny pole. And as soon as you go to pass it, if you're going the wrong speed, they pop out and give you a ticket. Boy, all this desert land and potential tumbleweeds doesn't look much different than Nevada, does it? Sitgreaves National Forest. The forest consists of 5 trees. That is a dense forest.
Demnächst rechts abbiegen.
Show Low discovered. Ah, this is our first time here.
Biege nach rechts ab. Rechts halten und dann rechts abbiegen.
Alright guys, I am going to grab a refill before I attempt this park job. And we're back.
Rechts
Let's see
halten
how this
und dann
goes.
rechts abbiegen. Biege nach rechts ab. Wir sind heile angekommen.
Where do you need it? Alright, we can't go back there. Gotta face that way, so we're gonna come up here and then back it in. Yeah, we can do that. Watch out for the wall. Nice. Just gotta remember we have the turn radius of a yacht. Try to straighten it out a little bit. Mirrors are cut off due to the size. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just gotta feel it out. We gotta use our spatial awareness to guide it back. There we go. Pull forward and straighten her out a little bit. Gotta watch out for all those dumpsters along the wall. Yeah, we got some heavy blind spots. I ain't skipping the parking process, so quit bugging me. look at that. All right. I'm happy with that. You know, in real life, you could get a little bit better view with those side mirrors. You could look to the left or the right, stick your head out the mirror, but had a lot of blind spots. Been drinking. So, hell yeah, I'm happy with that. And look, we're a level 11 workhorse on our way to being an entrepreneur. And we get an upgrade. Let's see. Let's put it into hazardous cargo. And we can get something really dangerous next time. Well, we're gonna end it here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, here in the dungeon.